I'm not dead. Believe it or not, I like to fly down to Florida with my family. My entire family does it to spend time with my grandparents who live in Florida. Now, I just got back from my trip yesterday. I am taking Tuesday off, so there will be nothing coming out on Tuesday as scheduled, naturally. But we are here with car news, and throughout the week, upload schedule will go back to normal. The same thing will happen on Christmas. It's just, flying down, vacation, quick little thing. I'm not really set up to make videos there, so that's what happened. But other than that, it is a wonderful snowy day in Oregon, which means it is time for some wonderful car news. Now, it's kind of like it's not the Christmas episode, but it's the Thanksgiving episode. So this episode, that's trying to be more thankful. Toyota's coming out with a new Celica sports car. Yay. I'm very thankful for that because I love the Celica. I am buying Forza Horizon 5 just because it has this version of Celica. I believe the Celica GT, no, the 2004 Celica, the newer Celica, rather than the older Celicas. That's the whole reason why I'm buying the game. So yeah, I'm very happy that Toyota's coming out with a new one. I think it'll be stupid garbage. I've been trying to buy a Toyota Corolla Cross because, nice vehicle or whatever. Dealerships are awful, and I think most modern Toyota cars are garbage. I've just come to that realization over the past few months just shopping for a Toyota. All of them seem to be under-reliable and underperforming for me, so I think I'm just gonna, buy an Element, right? Rivian is also earning $6.6 billion loan from the federal government for a new manufacturing facility. I don't know why we're wasting our money on this crap. I mean, I get why so if you don't know, in 2008, we had a big recession and everyone was scrambling to stay on their feet, even governments, it was bad. And the American car companies, since, Japanese car companies sold so many cars, not that the Japanese car companies weren't affected. In fact, Toyota quit F1 due to financial issues. They were working with Panasonic at the time. So the American car companies were doing bad and the federal government bailed them out. They're not bailing out Rivian, but $6.6 billion is still a bunch of money. The Jeep Cherokee replacement is coming with a hybrid powertrain in 2025. They canceled the Jeep Cherokee, and I was sad about that because the Jeep Cherokee is kind of an icon. I did a few sports, and it seemed like everyone's parents had one of these. They're great vehicles. I've heard them be pretty reliable, and I was sad that they kind of went away, but I'm happy that they are definitely coming back. So, yay, I guess. Also, the 2025 Kia EV6 has added more range and gave the GT 146 horsepower. Now, I want to talk about Kia and Hyundai. I just need to talk. I really like the new Hyundai crossover EVs that are coming out. There's something about them where I'm hopeful that they will be more reliable. Because I have to admit, Toyota stinks. Toyota is garbage nowadays. Can't get a reliable car, buy used, don't even consider a new Toyota. And so I've been looking more into Hyundai and Kia and other brands to see, what I should buy. And I'm liking some of the new Hyundai EVs that are coming out. I'm not talking about, the bigger EVs. I think the Niro, that's the Kia, that's acceptable. And then a couple of the Hyundais, the Hyundai Nexo. Those are the two that I like. I don't like the back of the Niro, but other than that, the rest of it is Niro. The rest of it is pretty okay. Also, Volkswagen Tiguan. The Volkswagen Tiguan was a good Volkswagen seller. It had 3 rows, doing very well. This year they're redesigning it, and like I said, cars are just getting useless, right? They're making them over-engineered and less durable, more complicated, harder to work on, and impossible to keep on the road for more than 10 years. So them doing this and taking, 3 extra seats that you could definitely use out of a car, and, giving it more power, it continues with the trend, so I'm not so surprised with that. Also, Fiat is celebrating its 125th anniversary with a designer gift, a Giorgio Armani Edition 500e. Giorgio Armani is it's fancy, so yeah. The 500e is a bad car, and I think this will be a bad edition of a bad car, overly expensive, but still not that bad. Also, Lotus is backtracking on its EV plans. There's so many, it's like, when people say they're going to leave the United States, so many of these people, these washed up like Ellen DeGeneres, I'm not saying that I identify with a political party or a political candidate. I'm just saying, you say you're going to leave the United States, get the hell out of here, right? Just leave. You don't just, do that and be so dramatic about it. Just don't go if you like the way the place will be run. And like I said, this isn't for any political candidate. I'm just saying, don't just, be all dramatic and do the big dance and then just stay in the United States because you like it here. Anyway, it's the same thing with EVs. A lot of these small, washed-up companies like Lotus have come out of the woodwork to say, oh, we're making all EVs, we stand with the EV movement. Stupid. Just stupid stuff, the average. This is another report. Did I get the same run twice? I did indeed. Also, the Ineos Grenadier CEO, the rich billionaire who, if you follow, like, the fast lane car, didn't like the latest Land Rover or something. He went bankrupt, and now Ineos was having some issues, but after a parts shortage was resolved, they're continuing to make the Grenadier, which is a wonderfully named car. Mini Cooper Electric Aceman has been put on hold for the United States. If you don't know, Mini Cooper has completely redone their entire United States segment with, 7 new cars and, 3 new additions of cars. No one was expecting this to happen, and, I loaded up the Mini website just to see what's really going on, naturally, and to be greeted with such quite nice-looking view. I mean, Mini's not... I wouldn't say their cars are particularly functional, but, they're reliable, and what more can you ask out of a car? So I was surprised to see all these new models. The Electric Aceman, I think, will be pretty neat. England has had a lot of the United Kingdom has had a lot of these. Smaller, four-door, kind of like the Honda Fit, like EVs, just because that's the only way they can sell them over there. So I'm happy that we're seeing more of these in the United States. Also, the 2025 Lexus RZ is starting $11,000 lower than 2024, thanks to a new base model. Toyota and Lexus, they're hitting the hard ground. They're hitting the hard ground. Yeah, they're hitting the ground hard, realizing that people don't want to buy your cars if they suck. So rather than doing anything about it, I really do not like Koji. There's a J in there somewhere. I don't know. I'm not good with names. Remembering them or saying them or pronouncing them. I don't like him. I do not like the leadership he's provided to Toyota since 2023. And the RZ was a stupid decision made by what I think, not all that well company, not all that stable company. So I'm not surprised about the new base model, big shocker there. Also, the Dodge Charger 6-pack could go on sale earlier than planned. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, also, the Charger was supposed to be all EV. They backed out of that and instead just put a V6. So, it's definitely disappointing because the Dodge Charger was pretty much the only sales Stellantis had anymore, and now that they're getting rid of it and coming up with this, it was interesting. Because at first they said, they're discontinuing the brand. Then, no, we're making it an EV. So, the product's carrying on, but it's a different thing. It's like the Mustang, the EV Mustang. Can't believe they ever thought about canceling the Mustang. And now they're just like, oh yeah, it'll just have a V6 instead of a V8. So we're not canceling the Charger. Apparently not. So, the next thing, Porsche has decided to develop new gas and hybrid versions along their EVs. They're also making gas and hybrid versions of their pre-existing EVs, like the Taycan and the Macan. I mean, it's interesting. I love Porsche. Porsche is very cool. I think their sports cars, it's like the optimum design for a sports car. Jeremy Clarkson, I watch a lot of Top Gear. He, especially in 2005, was really making fun of the new Porsches that were coming out because they have the laziest design department in the world, like he said. But, originally they were trying to make a sports car version of the Volkswagen Beetle. So, yes, the two car companies are related. They've always been entwined with Volkswagen. It wasn't like, nowadays a lot of car companies have, their original, they just founded individually and now they're owned by huge conglomerates. That wasn't the thing with Porsche. They were always intertwined with Volkswagen, so that was neat. Hyundai and Genesis recall, which we talked about last time, has now been expanded for loss of drive power. I'm not going to talk about this a lot. There's not a lot to say here. Volkswagen is considering a manual transmission sound for EVs. This is, again, over-engineered. Do we really need our EVs to make a manual transmission sound if there's no feedback and no actual manual transmission? So, having a manual transmission on a electric motor would be stupid, but it'd be better than just piping the sound into the interior. So the fact that this is even considering it, and the fact that this is an article on Motor Authority is ridiculous in itself. Hyundai has revealed all new Ioniq 3-row, and they've also recalled it, so that was quick. Also, the modern Alfa Romeo 3.3 Stradale has hit 207 miles per hour at Nardo. So, yay. Anyway, with that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Like I said, I'll be back.